guys, I'm going to be building a terrarium out of this old aquarium. So it's super old. It's got quite a big crack at the bottom, and so unfortunately that it does have some lime scale on the side. I've tried to use some vinegar and some bicarbonate of soda. It's looking a lot better, believe it or not, but yeah, I'll just try and go over it again. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to be putting a layer of pebbles or rocks at the bottom, or you could also use lacquer as well. So it's to create a false bottom so that it's a bit of a drainage layer to prevent the soil and the roots of the plants from like sort of sitting in the water, because it's glass, it doesn't have drainage. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, great. So I've actually started putting in a layer of little rocks and also some of these clay pellets. It's like some lacquer, so just a little bit on the bottom. It acts as a drainage layer, so that. It also looks quite cool when you look at it through the sides. So okay, so I think that's enough. So the next thing that I'd like to do is there's some activated carbon or charcoal. So I just got this from the fish shop, the pet shop. So I just feel quite witchy actually. Just trying to grind this stuff, but this helps to kind of keep the soil from turning a bit smelly, like especially if there's a lot of water that gets in. So I usually like sprinkle a little bit on the bottom, and then I always sprinkle a little bit into the actual soil itself. So there we go, I've got some lovely fingers. Okay, the next thing that I like to do is I've got some sphagnum moss, and I like to kind of, just to show you, I like to soak it in water and then almost like squash it to form like a bit of a pancake layer, and just dab it down on the sides. Tend to not do it everywhere, but just to give it a little bit of greenery actually, and also just to try and almost have like a natural sort of gauze separating the rocks and stuff from the soil, which we'll add in now. So we just almost like a little bit of a protective filter. Now we can pop in the sand. So we just sprinkle this along. Just putting a thin layer on the top. And now we can kind of do some hard landscaping. Okay, great. So I'm just going to start gathering some little plants, just planting everything. Got some really nice, if I can pull it out, so I've got some nice ivy. So I just want to plan where that's going to go. Sorry, this is what usually happens, is I try and make a plan and then actually let's put this guy this way. That looks quite interesting. Looks like he's got a little hand. Take my good hand. Let's put him here. Looks like a little bit of a tree beard. Okay, so if he's over here, alright, so let's just gently put in some soil. Let's tuck him in nicely. There you go, my dude. Okay. So this is going to be the front of the terrarium. So let's let's put this. This is quite a nice ivy. So I'm going to put it over here. So you don't have to have the most sophisticated tools for making terrariums. I really like this little set. At the moment I'm using a chopstick, but I got these really nice terrarium maintenance tools. It's a little rake, paintbrush, which is so nice too when you're planting moss. It's nice to like pat the moss down, and then some tweezers. Yeah, they're a bit dirty at the moment. I do need to clean them. Oh, I did forget to. I just want to add some more soil and some more charcoal. So I'm just adding a little bit more, and then I'll probably pop on some more soil just to give it some more depth, especially at the back. I kind of like. Okay, let me just take these out for the minute, and let's actually add some more soil at the back. Give it some height. Let's actually add a lot of height. Cool, so now I'm going to just be adding in some moss and some little stones, just trying to make a bit of a something like that looks like a bit of a path. Maybe we can add some little stones, a little circle. Oops. Okay, then, so in South Africa we don't have a lot of moss. This is, and it's all this winter, so it's quite dry. So anyway, this is what I've managed to rustle up. So I think the best thing to do is to, you kind of wet the area that you want to actually apply the moss to with the soil. Then you flip it over and kind of wet the back. It's nice and drippy, and you just put it down. Also, the other thing that you can do is you can take a little paintbrush and just pat it down a bit. Great, so I've added in all the moss, and I'm very excited about my Lord of the Rings figurines. So I'm going to start adding them. Okay, so here is Gimli. Let's just put him over here. One of the hobbits. His name is just completely slipped my mind. Here's Legolas. Put him at the top here. We've got Gandalf. And we've got Frodo. And here's Aragorn. Okay, great. And then the last thing I like to do is take some, basically like some paper towels and trusty paintbrush. So after you've squashed down the moss, you can also use it to clean the sides of your terrarium, which is always good. And also what you can do is you can wrap your paper towel with your paintbrush, and that also helps as well to clean the sides. This is what it looks like from a different angle. So as you can see, I've got my Fellowship of the Ring over here. I've got some nice moss. I've got my little ficus here. Oh, that's some moss. Some of the hobbits. I've also got a light and a lid for this, so I'll show you what it looks like when it's done.